Alright. So I never really introduced myself. As you can tell by the name of the channel, my name's Evon Dionne, and that's how you pronounce it. Yes, my first name spelled a little bit different. It's actually the 4 letters of my brother's last name. His name is Evon. So a little bit about me. 17. I like a whole lot of things. I'm always told that I need to settle down and, just choose one thing, just do this, just do that. But I really want to do it all, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it all. I guess you could say, since Star Wars, like Rogue One came out not too long ago, I guess you could say I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. Hope to make a Star Wars game in the future once Disney recognizes my potential. I really want to make Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 remastered. That would be like a dream. I went to private school from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then I went to high school for like a quarter of a year. And then I was homeschooled like the rest of that year. And then I started taking college classes because, they don't tell you that you can take college classes without having like a high school degree. So I started taking college classes because I was like, well, shoot, I can take chemistry at home and then take it at college. So I started doing that. And then, it was like dual credit. I didn't have to take chemistry at home. Or, well, in that case, you did have to. But, I don't know. I didn't have to do things multiple times. Like, for instance, history classes. I could take a history class there. It counts there. It counts for high school. It's a win-win situation. Less time wasted. And in fact, I'll be graduating in December, which is when my fellow peers and stuff will be starting their college career thing, whatever you want to call it. So it's allowed me, first of all, I've been going part-time, so that's why it's taken me so long, because I started when I was 15 years old. I'm 17 now, about to turn 18. So yeah, I've been only part-time, taking like 2, maybe 3 classes. This is actually the first and the only semester that I'll be taking 4 classes. I'm taking Soc and Calc 2 and both game design classes at Lincoln Land. So, it'll be fun, interesting, and then actually have 2 classes in the summer, 2 classes in the fall. I'm done working on the business, vlogging, like maybe daily vlogs and stuff like that. That'll be real cool, daily vlogs at some point, because right now I'm basically only doing like weekly. I've always had a passion for music. I loved playing any instrument I could get my hands on. The first instrument I started playing was, skip all the dumb, I can't really remember what order, but skip all the recorder and the harmonica and stuff in school. I played the violin, got up to preparatory, symphony, and then I don't know, I kind of lost interest in it. I wanted to do other things. At that time I wanted to play video games because I'm a little kid. I think I started in 2nd grade playing the violin. So, I'm a little kid. I want to play some video games, and hang out with my friends. I didn't want to sit and practice and play the violin all day. So I started out with that, and then I think I moved to drums, and I did band and stuff like that, and I did the percussion in band. I either wanted to do percussion or I wanted to do trumpet or saxophone, and that was the most difficult thing ever because I felt like I didn't have enough time to decide. But so those were the things that I was interested in. At some point, not too long ago, it was probably about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I actually was going to build a PC for, however, a pretty decent amount, more than anybody else that I knew around me. But then I was like, it was like I looked at the PC and I was like, well, shoot, you know, if I you know, take off some money like $500,000 or whatever, you know, I can start getting some music equipment, but I can have this good PC, music equipment, etc. And then, you know, I kept thinking about it, and I moved to like a Mac Pro and like music equipment and all this stuff. And then next thing you know, I have a studio, and I wanted to start the business, but I wanted to start the business about when I was 15, but my mom wasn't totally comfortable with me being out there like that. And she did have a good reason because of her past job that she did. You know, keep that a little bit quiet. But, you know, so with the people that she worked with and then family being out there, especially me being at such a young age, you know, it really did make sense that I shouldn't be out there at that time in my life. So, you know, but then I finally got the business started when I was 16. And so that's one interest. You know, I've always been, my favorite subjects in school have always been like math and science. And I've always basically done well in English. And I mean, people have told me that I write good papers and stuff, but I just don't enjoy it. That's the one thing. I mean, like, I enjoy reading a good book, but if I had to choose that time, if I had to choose reading a book in that time or doing something else, I'd probably choose doing something else. So, you know, and then it's like, well, how did game design come in there? Well, I got interested in programming because I was like, oh, well, I'd always been into hardware and stuff like that, and, you know, okay, warning, here comes the nerd part in me, but I had always been interested in like the hardware stuff, like how does a computer work. Like, I wanted to know transistor by transistor, like what turns on and off and stuff like that, and how do the things work. And so, actually, as lame as it sounds, I started out in Minecraft, building computers on the Open Redstone engineering server. And I learned like everything there. I mean, we had people there were people on there. Like, this was not like just some like random bunch of 5-year-olds messing around, like turning lights on and stuff like that. These were like legit computers. We had people that were in college, out of college, working for universities, teaching stuff like that, teaching like CPUs. And we got, I mean, like, just to go even further, we have a person right now, I mean, I haven't been on in a while, but you know, I still chat with him and everything, but he's got a CPU that can run 7 programs plus the kernel. It's all pipelined and everything. Like, this is done in Minecraft, so that was pretty legit. So, you know, that I connected there, learned a lot of the computer stuff, and then I was like, oh, well, I need to learn how to program my stuff, and, you know, I can't just do this. So I learned programming, and then I was like, well, I can make programs, or I can make games. And I was like, you know, making a game just sounds legit. I was just like, okay, I need to do this. So I started learning the basics of programming games, and then I wanted to make a game engine, and I saw Elysian Shadows, which is a game that hopefully should be coming out soon. I'm excited for it, but then I was like, yes, I want to be the next Elysian Shadows. Like, not necessarily the game, but just how they developed it, being an indie studio, and just like, I was in love. I was in love with the whole process of what they did. So, you know, I got the interest in video game design. But then, you know, I was like, well, how did this interest in investing in real estate happen? Well, first of all, my big shift from, I guess you could say, being immature to mature would be when my brother, he kind of opened up my eyes a little bit about, you know, just how much time you waste in high school. You know, high school is basically all about when's the next party, you know, who really cares about grades and stuff like that? And that's why I really connected with the people at college, because, I mean, although they were older than me, they might not have had the same amount of drive. You know, they probably were paying for college, so they wanted to get good grades, and they were going to this community college so they could go to another college. So I was connected with people that were driven and, you know, not the same exact end goal as me, but I was able to focus on getting on the path that I wanted to go on, instead of, you know, the next party and stuff like that. And I never really have been interested in parties, because when I look at it, the people who are partying now won't be partying later. In fact, you know, they'll probably be working a 9 to 5, sitting behind some desk or whatever. Whereas you know, if I work hard now, that's the thing. It's like, if you work hard now, you can relax later on. And, you know, the quote that I like saying, I think Dave Ramsey quote, is live today like no one else does, so you can live tomorrow like no one else does. So that's you know, been my goal. But my brother, I have to give a lot of the credit to him for where I am right now. He has allowed me, or he's like opened up my mind, like I've said. He's opened up my mind to being able to do the things that I do. Like, he's, you know, just said, well, hey, look, you could start doing this, make money, be financially independent at an early age, be able to travel the world and stuff like that. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I started researching that stuff, and there's a lot more to it, but, you know, I started researching this stuff, and I'm like, how cool would it be to be like 18, 20, and be able to say, like, I don't work for anyone. I work for myself. I pay myself. I do whatever I want to do. I wake up in the morning. If I want to go travel, you know, throughout the UK, I can do that. So that's what I've been pushing towards, as well as some other things. And in the last section, or in the previous section, I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but I mentioned that I was going to talk about exactly what my plans are, you know, later on down the road. So, you know, I mean, I'll probably be setting, you know, like doing some Q&As and stuff like that at some point when I actually have like a good amount of subscribers, because I only have like 2 or 3 right now, I think. I haven't checked. But I mean, as always, you guys, if you have any questions, you can always DM me, Instagram, you can tweet at me, whatever. I want to connect with you guys. That's the thing, is I just really just like want to get some connections down, and we can do some investing if you want. We can learn together, we can grow together. I mean, shoot, we could like be successful at the same rate. And so, I mean, that's a big goal for me, is to try to, I mean, because that's always been the struggle for me, is trying to find friends that had the same goals, had the same mindset that I had. And I mean, to be honest, you know, I do have some friends that are close, but I wanted friends that had the same end goal as me. So I have some friends who want to get good grades in school, and I have, you know, some friends that they want to be financially independent at an early age. But I don't have any friends that necessarily want the same goal. And that, I mean, it doesn't have to be like to the point like, oh, I want to be exactly like Evon, Dionne. Like, no, you have to have your own like little spot in the world. But, you know, it's just, I just want to show people that you can do it, and I want to document it all. I mean, whatever business that is. I've got some other business ideas, and, you know, I got some game ideas and some app ideas. Obviously, I can't necessarily share them because I still need to do them. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully that like allows you to connect with me a little bit more, you know, a little bit more about me. I mean, hobbies wise, I used to play basketball, I used to play soccer, I still ride my bike or whatever, so I still do biking and stuff like that. I love the gym. I would take you guys to the gym, but considering that the Y won't let me do it, at least this Y won't let me do it, I really do that. Maybe if I switch gyms, you know, maybe it'll be chill. So, I mean, we'll see about that, but I mean, I don't know. But definitely, please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you want to see, connect with me. I mean, honestly, like, first come, first serve. The nice thing about subscribing now and contacting me now is we can build a relationship before, if, we'll know when, because I'm all about when and not if. So when I do have more subscribers, we could even say when I have 500 subscribers, it's going to be harder to contact each and every one of you. So definitely, if you see this video now, and if you really want to get into something like really cool, and you want to do something different, and you want to be different than, you know, the rest of the people, definitely, like, hit me up, contact me, whatever you can do. We'll talk about it. If I see that you're a good fit, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be necessarily hiring you, but we can definitely, like, collaborate, do some cool things. I mean, I just fly around the world, you know, stuff like that. Just live the life, live the dream, and stuff like that. So, I know I'm going on and on. I got food ready, so I'm gonna definitely go eat some food. But I'll be back with you guys later. So it's all chill. Alright, see you guys later.